Break the Cycle comes out in 2001. There's 5 massive singles. It's Been a While, Fade, Outside for You, Epiphany. This was the band's first #1 album. It sells a whopping 6.5 million albums, which is crazy. So what thoughts, memories, emotions come back to you when you think of that album that kickstarted this worldwide Stain phenomenon?
Yeah, you're referring to Break the Cycle, right?
Break the Cycle, yeah.
Yeah, that man, that was huge. We knew we were gonna have a big week the first week. Once again, like I was saying earlier, that we had kind of rode outside, the live version of Outside into Break the Cycle. So there was already a buzz, so to speak. And man, when that one came out, man, it was platinum in like a week and a half or something like that. And I remember I got the number. Me and Aaron were golfing actually, and we got the number for the first week of sales, and we were just like, oh my god, we didn't expect that.
Hundreds of thousands of copies first week.
I know, it's crazy. I remember them having to they had to go print more copies and stuff like that. We didn't prepare for anything like that.
How crazy is it that it took, a year for Dysfunction to go platinum, and then it takes like a week and a bit for Break the Cycle to go platinum?
That's how it goes, man. I mean, you never know. You never know. One song can do it.
Yeah, it's so crazy how much there's skill and all these different things and great music, but there's so much luck involved as well, where all the pieces at the record label have to come into play, the right music video, radio, what's popular out there with music, the fickle fans and the taste in music at that time.
Right.
It's unbelievable when something just hits perfectly like that.
Yes. Yeah, I know. And it did. Thank God.
Yeah. Rumor has it that album cost like a ton to record, like $800,000, which
Yeah.
means this has to be a huge hit or we don't even break even. Did you feel that pressure at all? Was the label like, man, we got to do something big here?
Back then, I don't think I did. Most of my feelings about those things like that happened much later. I think when you're just in the moment, you're just doing your job and you're just enjoying doing what you do. So you get caught up in that whole thing, and you're not really thinking too much about that stuff, hoping that it's going to do well, of course. But I mean, it was the cost of making all those discs, the albums, but the videos too, the videos and the promotion and all that that goes into doing a big record like that.
Yeah, so you were impressed that Mud Shovel has 100 million spins on Spotify. It's Been a While has like 230 million spins. So that was one of the absolute biggest songs, period, in the world in 2001. Why do you think that song resonated with so many people? And that was the song. So I was aware of the band during Dysfunction, but It's Been a While since then has been one of my all-time favorite songs, and that's what hooked me as a lifelong fan. Why do you think that resonated with the world?
I think you can everyone can relate to it. You can put it somewhere in your life. You know what I mean? You can interpret it how you want to interpret it. And I think that applies to a lot of Stain songs. If you can use music as a tool to help you recover from something, or want you to feel happy or sad, or you're depressed, or whatever the case might be, maybe music is the thing that does it for you. Some people go read books, some people go to church, some people go to the gym, whatever. And music has always been, you just try to get out of it. At least with Stained, I can speak that you get out of it what you want to get out of it. So it's open, and Aaron has used this term before, open. He likes to leave things open to interpretation for how you see it.
Yeah, man. So, almost nobody makes it in music. I mean, like very like the 1% actually like makes it in music. And then out of that 1% that makes it, almost none of them will ever experience an album as big as Break the Cycle or a song as big as It's Been a While. So those two things, what is it like? You live through both of those, and there's like almost no human being on the planet that can relate to that. Can you give like an insight into what that rocket ship ride is like and what maybe your life looked like at that point?
Yeah, sure. I'll do my best to do that. Because I think, and this applies to my band as well too. At the time, I think we just kind of were doing what we do. You know, we were playing live shows. We were on tour all the time. We were shooting videos. We were doing this, that, and the other thing. Radio stations, meet and greets, backstage burns, all these things. So it was kind of, it was a job, but it was a job you love to do. So to me, I didn't look at it as a job. I guess it kind of technically is, but everything's just happening so fast at that time. So this is now when Break the Cycle was out. Okay. Looking back on it, now that I'm so far removed from it, from 2001, it's pretty amazing. And I try to put myself back into that place from time to time. And, you know, I can remember certain things and certain feelings that I had about it. I don't know, man. It's more stepping back and looking at it now that I can really truly appreciate it for what it is, the music, and I've always appreciated the fans. I mean, that's without them, there's no way we could have done what we did too. So the people that came to our shows and the people that supported us, and, there's no way we could have ever done it without them.
Man,
No way.
it must be hard to put into words, you know.
It
It's just
really
hard.
is.
How do you encapsulate that entire, 2-year span? It's like
It was a great feeling. I remember feeling really good, really proud. You know, I was happy for everyone in my band, and you know, the guys that work for us and stuff like that. And, so yeah, I mean, I remember those feelings. I mean, it was pretty awesome.
we have a fan question here from Luka Radulovic. He says, Break the Cycle has some of the best drum production I've ever heard. Can you share how you were able to achieve that signature sound? Best wishes from Luka.
Well, a lot of your sound kind of can. This doesn't apply to every drummer, I guess, but everyone has their own approach to it. Is the way you kind of hit the drums too. It's not just the actual drums themselves; it's how you hit them, or where you decide to place certain things. You know, and you just try to be as creative and as grooving, moving with the song as you possibly can. That's what I try to do with Stained, and I still do.
We have a question from Joshua Koloski. You were talking about, some of the crazy things that happened during that period in time. He wants to know about performing. What was it like performing at award shows and on late night TV shows? So he mentions the MTV VMAs, Jimmy Kimmel, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, Howard Stern. What was that experience like? That's not the same as having your fans in front of you and feeling that energy.
Sure, Howard Stern was always awesome because I'm such a huge fan, but I'm also a fan of Jay and Jimmy Kimmel as well. And they were awesome for having us on as much as they did. The award shows wasn't really our thing. We did one, the one that the Britney Spears snake one. We did.
Oh, that's like the most famous one.
That. Yeah, I know, right? She like sat right in front of me too at the award show. But that award show thing, I don't think was our vibe. So, I mean, I believe we were invited to other ones after that. We never went, but yeah, that wasn't our thing. But doing Kimmel and Leno and obviously Howard, was awesome.
Yeah, the vibe's a little different when you have like Shakira staying in the middle and then like Britney Spears,
Yeah,
but that's how popular you were. Like you were selling on par and charting singles on par with those artists, which is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know. We like did festivals, like a lot of European festivals with like the lineups were crazy. It was like Eminem, uh, us, and Corn, and like Crystal Method, and like all like such a wide range of rock and roll music, or music in general.
Yeah, that sounds almost like the Up in Smoke tour where there was like some rap, some rock. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's cool. So the last thing about Break the Cycle, and then we'll move on to 14 Shades of Grey. So Break the Cycle came out when I was 16, and I had listened to music. My sister's playing music, my parents playing music, but music wasn't something special to me. And I was 16, I had a CD Walkman, and then It's Been a While comes out and it just spoke to me. And then I pick up Break the Cycle, and that is the first album that I truly loved, that was my own. It wasn't other people's, it was my music that I clung to. And I've been a massive fan. I don't know, is that 21 years ago or something? And what I wanted to do to honor you and to honor the band and to honor that album is, for about 2.5 years, I've done this podcast, and I had a different background. I had two inspirational posters up. And for this episode, I made a brand new background, which is my favorite albums from 12 of the guests that I've had on here. And number one, right up here, the very first album, I got Stain, Break the Cycle. So that was important to me to kind of put it up on the Hall of Fame there. So.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, you got some good ones up there too.